No matter the role, the work of an Ingalls shipbuilder is both complex and inspiring. For 85 years, the world-class shipbuilders at Ingalls Shipbuilding have designed, built, and maintained amphibious ships, destroyers, and cutters for the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard. Welcome to Inside Ingalls, a podcast that dives deep into the stories and perspectives of those who shape our legacy. Welcome to another edition of Inside Ingalls. I'm your host, Katie Weldon, and with us today we have a very special guest, Alicia Davis, welding general foreman. Alicia, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Of course. So we have Alicia on today because we did a story about her recently in the Ingalls Connect app, if you want to look it up. And she spoke about how she uses the Operations Resource Centers. And from that interview, we said, Alicia is the definition of an extraordinary shipbuilder. The way she interacts with people, her conversations, very intentional. We said, we need to get her on Inside Ingalls. So we called around and we finally got her. And here we are today interviewing Alicia Davis. So go check out the Ingalls Connect app for that full story. But on that note, Alicia, tell us more about yourself and why Ingalls Shipbuilding.
Well, first off, I'm a certified, bona fide welder at heart, right? I love what I do. Coming to Ingalls was just the thought of I need a better life, a better income, you know. Where I was at the time was a $3.35 minimum wage job, right? No one probably could even remember those times, but I do. So it was $3.35, and I had someone come to a job where I worked at the time, and he was like, "You should come to Ingalls." I said, "No, can't come to the shipyard." But as time went on, they wore me down, and I put in the application, and I came in at the very bottom, fourth class at the time, and I was making $10.13.
That's better than that three.
I was like, I got 3 jobs in one. So, of course, I was just happy to get the job. And then as time went along, I realized that I was at a wonderful place, a place of caring, a place of building, a place that does important things for our military. And so that made my decision to stay.
And we are so glad, that we get to learn from you and grow from you, and we're able to call ourselves shipbuilders alongside you. One of the things that I think makes you special and when people interact with you is you are a highly engaged individual, within our organization and in your community as well. One of the stories that someone shared with me was that you were volunteering for the Ingalls 5K. The night before the 5K, though, you had to work. So then the next morning, you still came to volunteer. And not only that, you also brought your mom.
I did. And so with that, I used to work 4th shift for many years. I'm still on night shift, but different time zone. But I would work all night, and I knew what I had kind of put an appointment together with my mom, and then I had volunteered for the 5K and didn't realize that I had interacted, kind of intertwined those two.
Double booked.
And so I had to figure out a way to make it seem so enjoyable for my mom to make her want to come with me, and she and I still have our mother-daughter date. So it worked out good, and she volunteered, and she enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, and it was a great experience for us both.
And I love that story, and I think it speaks to when people interact with you, what they expect from you and what they want to see in themselves and learn from you. Between Ingalls champions, culture connectors, volunteering at the Ingalls 5K, all of these things. What is the drive behind that? What makes you want to be so engaged?
My drive is, first off, making sure that everyone is inclusive, right? I want everyone to know that my volunteering is to really be there to help, someone, really be there to encourage someone. And not only that, just my promise to God that, I had to do His will, and that was to get out in the community, get out and do some volunteer work, and make sure that I am, engaging and making sure that, every step that I make, everything that I volunteer for, that it is the purpose for the better good, right? I just keep moving forward. And sometimes I lack sleep and things like that. And I'm okay with that sacrifice just to make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing
That's a great example, and you spoke on purpose and the purpose behind that, and the role that you're in now as a general foreman. What do you see is your mission and your purpose behind that and your role?
Well, that is also kind of like one of the same, because I have to make sure that my team and I are doing an exceptional job for our customers, right? And so with that, I just make sure that I'm staying engaged with them so that they can be engaged with me, right? And just leading them on the path to make sure that we are doing what we should do. And when you have integrity,
Right.
and when you're engaging with them and you allow them to be themselves, we come together as one, and it gets the job done. Everyone is appreciative of the interaction that we have together, and it just makes for a good team.
Leading
So-
by example and
Right.
being intentional. All of your answers have been about the thought that you put behind it and your intentionality behind everything. And I think, obviously the goal of Inside Ingalls is to share the stories of our shipbuilders, to share the stories of the amazing and extraordinary work that we do in supporting and, building freedom, as I said, and building these world-class ships.
Right.
My hope is that somebody watching this who may be considering coming to Ingalls and, starting their career and starting this path, like you said, of, security and understanding and not having to wonder what happens next, but just having that secure
Right.
with them. Is there a story you would share to them or something where if you're considering to Ingalls, like, let me just share this with you?
Well, just knowing that Ingalls is a place that feels like family, first off. Knowing that you are able to meet wonderful people that care. It's not just a job.
Right.
It does afford us a good life. We are doing a wonderful thing for our country, but the engagement with people alone is something that is so powerful because we spend most of our time here anyway.
That's right.
So it's family. So I would encourage anyone that is looking for the stability, as we mentioned, that's looking for a great job, insurance and things like that, but also looking for some great friendships. This is a wonderful place to be, a place to grow.
And that doesn't happen everywhere. It is
It
not
doesn't.
everywhere.
It doesn't happen everywhere. And not only that, it is a place where if you want to even continue your education, Ingalls will help you.
Exactly.
Right? So I just love, I love where I am. I love Ingalls Shipbuilding.
And like I said, I love that we get to call ourselves shipbuilders alongside you. Leading by example, the intentionality, the mission and purpose we always drive is, building world-class ships
Right.
in support of freedom, right? And that's what I think of when I think of you, like very intentional, like this team is going to come to me. And, earlier when we were talking about how you are as a leader, firm but fair. And I
Firm
think that's
but
what
fair.
people need. I think that's what people need. And at the end of the day, like you said, they come to understand. And not only that, they understand the work and they respect the work that they do too, building that trust.
Right.
And you've done an incredible job of that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you.
And I thank you for your time today. Is there anything else you want to add?
I just want to say, again, I'm thankful to be here. Thankful for the opportunity. And please, anyone that, is looking for a job, Ingalls is the place to be.
I love it. What a way to end it, too. So if you are interested in coming out to Ingalls and possibly working for Miss Davis here or working for us and building world-class ships in support of our freedom, go to hii.com/careers today and start your journey. We'd love to have you alongside with us. I want to thank Alicia Davis here
Thank
for all
you.
of her time today and all of your hard work and dedication. You are making a positive difference in our culture, and we appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate you.
Of course. All right. We'll catch you on the next one.